is a pre-generated dungeon. You can kind of see I don't have all the notes with the room numbers or anything about our encounters. And I want to show you how I created this pre-generated dungeon. This is the deck of many dungeons. This is available on drive-through cards. I bought the print version. I don't know if there's a PDF version of it. It comes with a cool little encounter card. This is like a dungeon on a single card. And it's kind of like a little puzzle. You go off the edge of the card, you flip certain ways, you can rotate it. That's kind of neat. I don't know if these are collector items. That one's number 8. This is also number 8. So I got 2 of the same card, but they're kind of fun to just gaze at. The Joker card has some directions. Another Joker card also has some non-player characters and quest items for generating some ideas. Additional NPC and quest items. This is a different list. And then a random quest generator. So tools to give you more ideas, random trap generator. So lots of great ideas just in the Joker cards here. The instructions here: remove the Ace, King, and Joker cards from the deck. For a smaller dungeon, you could also remove the Jack and the Queen cards, and then shuffle the deck. I'm not sure if these are sorted. And the reason for removing them is because the aces are a starting room, a starting location. And the King card is the finishing portion of the quest. By removing other cards, it just makes the deck smaller. You can choose if you want to go through the whole deck. You can choose until you don't have any valid places to put a card. So let's just go through this a little bit and see how I laid the cards out and how the cards ended up being this map. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to set this aside. Okay. Let's go ahead and sort these real quick. I can... Alright, so I've sorted the deck. I did have it mostly sorted. I've pulled out Ace, Kings, Queens, and Jokers, and I've separated the Aces and the Kings. And I just want to show you, these are labeled like a regular card deck with spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. But you'll see that I've got way more than 4 of each class. You know, I've got 8 queens here, or at least 6 queens. Yeah, 7. Maybe I'm missing a joker. There's, okay, 4 jokers. Extra queens. I've got a couple extra kings. 1. I have extra aces. 1. I have 2 joker cards, and I've got 2 of these. So I bought the expansion. It was fairly inexpensive, and it came with maybe 12 additional cards. So I ordered both of those at the same time. I kind of wanted to just see what the expansion was. And at this point, I don't remember which cards were the expansion, but it gives you extra cards. And so the queens, let's see. All right, here's a Queen of Hearts. Here's a Queen of Hearts. So these are 2 Queens of Hearts. You can see they're different. They're similar. They've got the L-shaped hallway. The rooms look different. The tables at the top are different. It's a room contents roll of D10. So even though you get, you know, doubles of the face value of the card, the contents of the card are different. So just more variety. All right, I'm going to set the queens and jokers aside. We don't need the fun mazes. We may use, I'm not going to use the quest generator right now. Well, I may. And I'm going to set these generators aside. And these are also different. They're both joker cards, but they've got different tables on them and a treasure card. So the directions here are to start with one of the aces as the starting card. All right, so just randomly pick. Okay. Quest ideas, D8 plus PC's level. Convince an NPC to return to town. Kill a monster who holds an item. Rescue an imprisoned NPC. Stop an evil NPC from killing locals. Find and destroy a dangerous item. I'm not going to roll for the quest idea because my quest is going to be determined by my adventurers and where they are in their mission to rest, to restore, get money, to buy the correct spell or potion to get their comrades unstoned. But the ideas are here if you want them. And I'm going to choose to put my starting room at the top of the page. Okay, so there's entrance stairs, and now I've got 3 hallways. Probably, I may not have enough room to lay these all out, but we'll see how it goes. So now I'm just going to start drawing cards. I believe these are mixed up, but I'm going to shuffle it anyway. That was not a shuffle, that was a fake shuffle. Pretty good. We'll cut it just for fun, but you know, it's just me. There's no real cheating that's going to go on. All right, so the next card is 6 of Spades. There are drawings and icons on the card. There's a table here. There is a skull with monster arrow, some rubble over here, pickaxe and shovel here, some crates. You know, so these are just ideas that you can add to your dungeon, add to your game. So you place the card where it fits, you know, wherever you like. So I'm going to join those 2. So now this is a dead end. Let's keep going. Ooh, this is going to be a small dungeon, which is probably going to be perfect for this video. This card has a magic pool. In the magic pool, you can roll for what happens when you drink the water. And there's a door here with a lock on it, and it notes that it's a hard lock to pick. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. So now we have 2 dead ends. What is going to happen? Oh, this is a very short maze. Cavern. All right, 10, room 10. We've got some treasure tables. There's a trap here. There, it looks like there's 2 doors. There's a hard lock on the treasure chest itself. Wow. So, I mean, that's it. That's our randomly generated dungeon. And it's kind of funny. They're all different cards, but they all sort of have the same shape. I'm just going to consult the guide rules to see if there's anything else I should be thinking about. Draw a card from the deck and place it on the layout. If there's no valid position for it, place it on the bottom of the deck and draw again. Once the layout is complete, no unconnected hallways. Choose 1 card in the layout and replace it with a king card of your choice to finish the current dungeon level or current quest. Okay, so we don't have any hallways here. Let's take a look at a hallway card. All right, so here is a hallway card. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that we drew one. Okay. Just so you get a little better idea of how this goes. And let's pretend we'll go back in time. Here's another hallway card. I'm going to put it here. This is the last card we placed. So I'm going to pretend that it looked like this, and then I drew this card here. So there's only, there are 2 unconnected hallways. So I'm going to place one there. We'll draw another random card. All right, and so this is also a dead end room, so it's convenient just for the sake of the video. Here's an unconnected hallway, so I'll place it there. So this is my layout. The instructions say, once it's complete, there are no unconnected hallways. Choose 1 card in the layout and replace it with a king card of your choice to finish the current dungeon level. So the king cards look like this. They're all dead end rooms. They have various goals, stairs. This has columns, treasure, dining room with treasure and stairs. Right, so they're just kind of larger rooms. So let's pick Was there a water one? There was one with a pool, wasn't there? No, I guess that was this card. Let's just pick this one, and I'm going to replace this last card with it. So what this gives us is not just a quest. I mean, it's a room. This room has interesting things on it, but there's a stairwell here, and so we can take the stairs to another level. Could we put a stairwell here? Sure. It's all up to you, however you want to play the game. So this is the random dungeon that I've generated. Lots of ideas for what's in the rooms and creating randomized roles for filling out the rooms. So now let's transfer this to our map book for their next mission, for a next mission. I think what I'm going to do is get this room to fit this way in my map book. We can sketch so that the rooms fit on our map. We don't have to make the corridors as long as they are. So I'm just going to make it fit into this page. Our starting room is sort of on 3/4 of the way to the right. So I will sketch. I may speed this up for you guys and talk through it as we go. So here's about halfway, 3/4. So our room's going to start in here. It's about 6 wide. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Got stairs spanning the 2. All right, so I've sketched in my map with pencil, and I'm going to start rolling for some of these hazards to see what's in here. So let me get out my dice. Okay, let's start at the entrance here. I said I wasn't going to create a quest idea, but I'm just going to go ahead and use these. We can always change it. Quest ideas, D8 plus PC's level. So my PCs are levels 2 and 3 right now, so we'll just use 2. 4 plus 6. Kill a monster who holds an item. Okay. So let's make a little table over here. Quest. Kill monster who holds an item. So I have the monster cards here. Since we're playing 4AD, you know, obviously you could use this for Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or any other role-playing game. But since we're using 4AD, I'm going to use the 4AD monster cards. The objective is to kill the monster, so it's probably going to be, let's make it a hero monster. Or a final boss, that is. A weird monster. Okay, minions. Boss monsters, that's what I was looking for. Weird. They're also boss monsters. Boss monster. All right, and vermin and minions. You may keep those handy. So I'm going to make the quest a weird monster, just because my party hasn't encountered a lot of weird monsters yet. Gremlin, giant spider, Catoblepas, I don't know how you say that, Chimera, Iron Eater, Minotaur. I believe the Iron Eater turns steel equipment into dust. So I'm going to put the boss monster in the back. There's no real back of the dungeon. Let's put him back here because you have to go through at least 1, 2, 3 doors to find him. So pick one at random. The Iron Eater, nice. Okay, so let's do this by alphabet. So A is going to be boss, Iron Eater. And that's going to be A in this room. All right, if you defeat the boss, you can also get to this treasure chest, which has a hard lock on it. So let's take a look at what's on here. Treasure is D8 plus dungeon level. So this is dungeon level 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 1d6 times 10 gold pieces plus 3d10 spell, SP. We can figure that out when we get there. So I want to leave some randomness for the actual encounter, so I'm just going to write out that this is the treasure, and then we can roll for the treasure when we get there. So B. May run out of room here. $1d6 times 10. It's actually a lot of gold for 4AD. I may reduce that, just depending. But they do need to get some money for that Medusa spell reversal. Okay. So I think we're done with this card. All right, so we got a weird boss monster, some treasure. This is a trap. It is on this card here. It's a little trap symbol, and there's a list of traps. There are traps in the 4AD book. So let's grab one of those. And again, you can save some of this for play during the game. You know, part of what I like is just the building and the thinking about it. So I'll pick one now, and when I'm playing it, if I don't really like it, I can roll for it. Traps table. So actually, I think I will leave this for the gameplay. I'm just going to note that it's a trap, and we're going to roll a d6 for that. Okay, so C. Actually, C's right here. The trap. There are 2 secret doors here, so these will appear as a wall unless the characters are doing some exploring and some knocking. So since that's not a surprise to me, when I get to this area, I'll probably do a roll for probability to see if if somebody decides to do searching while they're in the hallway, which always runs the risk of attracting a weird or wandering monsters. All right. The king card, well, this is where the quest goal is, but I put the quest, the weird monster, in the one that has more, the furthest away room, and this will have stairs to the next level. So that's about all this is an exit. We can have something go on in there. We may run into another monster in there, who knows. I just want to, go through and get an outline and establish some ideas. Normally when you're playing the game, you roll as you go and you discover as you go. And that takes some time. That's got its own benefits in, fun and unpredictability, but a pre-made dungeon has benefits as well. So this is this room here. It looks like a dining room. There's some tables here. There's a cabinet. This is the room that has the spade and the pickaxe. But there's a monster in here. D6 plus PC's level. There's Goblin, Spy, Cult Fanatic, 2 half ogres, Jewel, Roulette, or Vampire Spawn. So I think what I'll do for this one is just have them roll. We have a boss monster, so I don't want them to run into another boss monster. I'm going to have them roll on the vermin and minions table for that. So I'll just put vermin or minion. We can roll a die for evens odds to pick which deck we'll use. So this is D. This is vermin or minions. D is here. All right. Now we have a hallway. There are monsters in this hallway. Normally when we're playing 4AD, we will be rolling for wandering monsters as we go through hallways. So I don't necessarily need to add a monster here. I will just indicate that there is a monster. That way if we forget, we can be accountable. Or we can have an extra monster there. And again, this could be vermin or minions because, we do have a goal. But we don't have to make it easy. We can keep it challenging as well. This card also, this is the diagonal hallway card. They also had smells on here. So why not? Let's get a smell. And then as we're playing, ideas may come up. 6, rotten meat. That is nasty. All right. So we're going to say F. Maybe it smells coming from the secret hallway. So I'll put that in there. F, rotten meat. Maybe if they roll randomly to discover the secret door and they get in there, maybe there's like a skeleton in there or something undead. Or I guess a skeleton with meat on it. Ooh, that's nasty. All right, we're going to save the entrance for last. This is our room over here. I like this room. It's got a pool in it. I forgot to draw the pool. Okay. And I like this card. There's a lot of artistry to it. They're very simple, but you can see that there's a set of steps down. It's a symmetric step. So you come into the room from this side. There's a hard lock. And there's just kind of a platform, and it gives you a feeling that this room was designed to have the pool as the central feature, and it's a magic pool. So we're going to roll to see what is in there. And again, you can save this for gameplay. You could do it ahead of time. I'm just going to say magic pool on our cue sheet here. So we're on G, magic pool. Okay, and finally our entrance. D8 quest ideas. We actually did that already. We rolled kill a monster who holds an item. So we need an item, okay? What item is our Iron Eater gonna have? Or the item that's in the treasure. Oh, we rolled for treasure, but the quest says he's holding an item. Let's see if we've got an items generator here. Carried treasure, items. All right, here's 2 tables of items that come with the deck. I'm going to roll a d6, evens and odds, for which card? Even, odd. Okay, let's do a 6 here. All right, so odd is this one. I'll roll the d6 again to see which item. A 1. Ooh, it's an unknown weapon. It kind of makes sense because it's an iron eater, so the weapon probably just disintegrated. It's got some resale value, but who knows? We're on H. Unknown weapon, I can't really spell. Okay, so that's all of our cards. Really nice, simple, one level generated pre-made dungeon with some ideas already built in. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in now with ink since it's done, and you guys can watch me. Okay, so here's our final map. I added a few things. When I'm playing 4AD normally, I may not have these cards out. And because of the magic pool, I wanted to be sure that I had a list of resources there. So I copied over what was on the card and I updated a little bit. There's a roll of 1 to 4 is no effect, 5 to 7. Restore some health points. I just chose a D4 because of the levels of my characters. If I wanted to generalize it, I could say, you know, character level plus D4, I guess. 8 or 9 was an illness. I don't really have a list of illnesses, but there are injuries in 4AD characters that require healing. 10 to 11 is a strength potion, 1 D4 bonus attack or damage. I could decide at the time, or maybe it's random. Roll a 12 in the magic pool, you find some gold pieces in the pool itself. Oh, I forgot a little icon here, G magic pool. All right, if I had a little more time, I'd get some different width markers. This is just a thin Sharpie pen, so all the lines are the same width, but really, really simple way to improve the appearance and the dynamic nature of your map is to go over, you know, the walls, for example, with a heavier pen and leave the interior details as a thinner pen. Of course, I can add, you know, hashes around here where the walls are. That makes it look a little more realistic. I don't want to do that right now, but when it's completed, I will show you. The only thing I want to do is choose a name for this. I like having names for my adventures. I do have a random name generator in this large binder. I mentioned it before. Oh my gosh. All right, I have a random name generator. I got this from the, I think I got it from Board Game Geeks. There may be a copy in the Facebook group as well. There are, you know, 2d6 options in an odd table and an even table. So that's 36, 72 for adjectives, 72 for the location and 72 for the descriptor. So let's see what we get. 2d6. This is for the adjective. 11. So secret. Oh, we need to roll even or odd first. I kind of like secret. We'll decide if I keep that. Let's just do a d4, you know, so even this table and odds this table. So that's a 4. We're on this table. Now, well, I'm not going to get secret back because that was on the other table. So we'll do, and I 2 different colored dice, so we'll call the yellow the 10s because they landed that way. 13. Neglected. That is a great name. All right, location, evens or odds. Even again. The yellow is the left column, the 10, so this is 42. Abbey, so the neglected abbey. And descriptor here. Running out of room today. Evens or odds. That is a 3, so we're on odds. 44 of the simmering pools. So we have the neglected, was it abbey? Yeah, the neglected abbey of simmering pools. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to add that to my map, and we will be done. I'm going to put a little arrow here. There's not much room for an arrow. That's the entrance. All right, and there's no exit unless you go back out the entrance or you go down the stairs. So lots of potential fun here. I like to have names for my adventures. It just kind of stamps the dungeon as having some kind of identity. Great, so that's that. We generated a random dungeon using the adventure, The Deck of Many Dungeons by Axebane. I got the expansion cards, I laid them out, I chose which tables of the decks that I wanted to use, made some notes for 4AD stuff, and you know, this is all whatever you want to do as the game master and player. You can change things on the fly, but I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any tips about creating pre-made maps, or if you have any decks or other methods that you like in order to generate a pre-made map or some other map building method for your games. Thanks. Take care.